Hi, welcome back to Good Enough Photography. Today I'm going to show you how to turn any image into a kind of like sketch style thing using only Photoshop filters and no AI. But before we get into that, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post tutorials almost every week, Mondays at 4 o'clock. So yeah, it really helps me out. Now let's get into this. So you want to start with an image. I like this one. It does work better with portraits, but since I'm not a portraiture photographer, I thought this looked fine enough. So it's just whatever, you do. So for mine, the background's kind of cluttered, and we don't want that because then it looks weird. So we want to go to the select up here, and you want to move your mouse down to subject. This will select the subject for you. You just gotta wait a little bit for that spinny thing. Okay, perfect. So now you gotta check that it has everything you want. You see down here it doesn't have the stem fully. So I'm just gonna click that until it gets the stem fully. There you go. You wanna make sure it's everything that you want. And it does so. You want to go down here to this little box with a circle in it, which is the mask. And boom, it cuts out your background right there. So what I wanna do here is go to flatten image. Well, actually, sorry. You want to right click the layer and you would like to go to flatten image. Boom. See, it has been flattened and now it has a background instead of being transparent. You should duplicate said layer. Sorry. Duplicate it. You can name it whatever, I don't care. So now we got the background copy. You want to right click it again. And out of all these options, you go down to convert to smart object. A smart object is something you can add filters to, but you can edit the filters later. So it helps. Some filters now that you put on, you can't it'll turn off smart object. It just depends. It'll warn you, but yeah. So that little square over there tells us this is a smart object. So what you want to do is you want to go up here to image, click on it. Now there's a bunch of things on here. There's mode, which is like color and stuff. Then there's adjustment, which is adjusting. Image size, which is the size of your image, and all that good stuff. We want to go to adjustments, and there's a ton in here. There's brightness and contrast, which is brightness and contrast. We have levels, which kind of controls how the image looks by it's a little difficult to explain. Exposure, which is how much light in the photo. Vibrance, hue, and saturation, which kind of just change coloring and how the colors looks. Color balance, black, white. Photo. We want to go to invert right now. Now it looks really weird right now, but it's gonna do that. So just trust. So now what you want to do is you want to take your cursor and you want to move down to here, where it says normal. This is your blending options. It's how the photo up here will interact with the other layers in your photo. So there's a ton here. There's dissolve, darker, multiply. See what they do here? Yeah. We want to go to color dodge. Now, for most images, it will turn completely white, but for some images with very big blocks of vibrant color, it kind of does that speckly thing right there. And so it looks, you can kind of see it in the photo. Those areas will be darker, but yeah, there's nothing much you can do about it. I think it still looks fine. It's just all up to personal preference. So you touch color dodge. And then what you would like to do is, so it looks really weird right now. Yours will probably be completely white. Mine looks really weird. You want to go up to filters, click on it, and a bunch come down. So there's filter gallery, which is just a crud ton of filters. There is liquify, which, you can liquefy things. Blur, blur gallery, distort, noise, pixelate, blah, 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 blah. We want blur right now. There's a bunch of blurs in here, but most of the time we will be using Gaussian, I don't know, whatever blur. So you want to open that up, and you can see it's already looking better. Now, if you have a less detailed image, like a portrait, I would say go for a 50. But see how that makes my image look a little funky? So I think I'm gonna try maybe a 40, 20, maybe a 20. But since it is a smart filter, you can always go back and edit it. So that's a good thing. Now, yet again, we go up to this amazing bar on the top and we go to layers. There's a bunch. You can make just a normal layer. You can rename layers. You can make a smart filter, you can disable the smart filter, you can make a fill layer, which is like color. What we want right now is a new adjustment layer, and we want to go down to black and white. As you can see, it makes your image black and white, but it's a little like dull, you know, it's a little light. So we go back up to layer, and we go back down to adjustment layers, and now we go to levels. Now, I could explain the complete how this works, but even I don't know. But from what I understand, I think this is mid-tone. I think this is like high tone. And to adjust contrast, what you want to do is you want to see, the closer you bring it, the darker it gets. The farther you bring it, the lighter it gets. That's all I understand right now from levels. I don't know much more, but I think I'm gonna... You gotta play around with it. As I say in every one of these videos, there's no cut and copy tutorials. Those tutorials that are like, oh, you need this filter with, well, filters, yeah, but you need this value, like a 28, a 30, but that doesn't work for every image. So it's a little annoying because, like, sure, you can, like, tell me what to do, but, like, it's not going to work on my image. It might not work on your image. So, yeah. I think that looks good right now. Yet again, this is all personal preference. If you don't like mine, you can always play around with what I have here and make a better version in your idea. So, we got that right now. And what we want to do is we want to go in on our keyboard. If you're on a Windows computer, you press Control Alt Shift E, which creates this little fun thing, which is called a snapshot layer. And if you're on Mac, I'm pretty sure you just switch out Control with Command, but I could be wrong. So what we want to do is we want to go to Filters in the corner here, and you want to go down to Filter Gallery. Now, Filter Gallery, sorry, wrong one. You want to go down to that Filter Gallery. Now, Filter Gallery has a bunch of tabs. We have Artistic, which there's Artistic is like the like artsy paint type stuff. So you got like colored pencils, paint daubs, watercolor, neon, all that good stuff. Then we have brush strokes. Brush strokes is, well, brush strokes, you know. Make it look painted, brushed on, whatever you like. Distorts it, but it kind of like, it's like a glass type effect. It's kind of like a frosted glass or like a shower door kind of glass. Then there's sketch, which kind of turns it sketchy. You can't really see it with some. It's weird. I have to figure out how to use these. Texture, which has textures, obviously. See? Ooh, textures. Yay. But what we want to do right now is we would like to go to stylize. Now, in past videos, you've probably heard me talk about what the hell you use stylize for, like, because usually it's like this like glowing, like multicolor, but since you're in black and white, it's just white right now. I know it looks a little weird. This step is kind of optional, but I think it looks good. What you want to do is, so this edge width changes the width of the edge. As you can see here, that's a thick edge. We want the lowest edge width we can get. Now, brightness is how bright it is. And smoothness, there we go, is how smooth the photo is. You see, this has a lot more detail because it's less smooth, but this one's more smooth. So you want the most smoothness, most brightness, least edge. Perfect. Now, you're like, that looks awful. And you're right, it does look awful. So what we want to go is Image, Adjustments, Invert. That looks better, but still looks awful. We go back to this fun tab, and you go to Multiply. See, you're starting to see what this looks like. It's starting to look more sketch-like. Now, I know mine has those, like, pixels. Yours probably won't. It's just with the more, like, giant splotches of color, the more little pixel things you got there. And since we do have smart filters on, we can always edit those. But what we want to do is for multiply, you want to play around with the opacity. Yet again, as I was saying, it just depends on your own image. Like, I usually like to jump around by 10. Yeah, I think 50 looks good on this one. You can still kind of see the bee. The bee's a little lost, but I can still make it out. Right? I mean, I think that looks good. I don't know what you think, but I think that's looking pretty nice. But if we want to, we can always go back to Gauze and Blur. And you can see this is what it looks like with Pixely again. If we go all the way up here, it's really detailed, like too detailed. If we go to like a 50 maybe, actually 50 could work. 50 doesn't look half bad, but it doesn't look too sketched, you know? It just looks more black and white. We were at 20 before, I believe. Maybe let's try 30, 25, 10, no, 15. This is what a lot of these making tutorials are. Just me going around, typing in different values until it works. Actually, I'd say that's not too bad now. You might say, well, this doesn't look like a sketch. It's not very sketch-like. Well, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, dude. It's Photoshop. There's only so much you can truly do in Photoshop. Like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Like, I'd say it looks like a sketch. I mean, maybe like a digital sketch, but... Because, like, yeah, you could say, oh, that's too detailed for a sketch, or blah, blah, blah. But I'd say that looks not awful. Like, I think it looks okay. But we can always go back to levels, and we can play around. Like, maybe we want that a little lighter. Actually, maybe it looks better lighter. Actually, that might look a little better. But no, I'd say that looks pretty sketchy, like. And yet again, as I was saying, there's only like so much you can do. And I know I was talking about those filters earlier. Here, let me show you something. If I were to disappear all of what we just did, all of it gone, and we just have our normal image, and we were to go to convert to smart objects. I accidentally selected something, go to filter, and filter gallery, you're probably like, oh, it's probably as easy as just like going into sketch and, oh, well, that didn't work. Oh, well, that doesn't look great. Oh. Okay, well, maybe I just have to, sorry, I meant to desaturate it. But the thing is, like, Photoshop can only do so much. And even in the built-in ones, like, if we were to go to filter gallery, shoot, I didn't mean to click filter gallery. No, I meant to click, if we go into adjustments, go to desaturate, then go to filter gallery. And then go to sketch, because you're probably thinking, well, sorry, if you press this filter gallery up here, it brings you to the last filter you just used, and I accidentally keep pressing it. But basically, if you were to just use the built-in filters, it doesn't always look good. And then sometimes it just won't show up. Like, low-key, it won't show up. And yeah, you could probably, like, invert it and then maybe try filters, but at that point, like, mine just looks better than, like, I don't know. But, like, this is why it's so difficult, because, like, what do you mean nothing's showing up? Well, actually, something is showing up. You can slightly see it right there. And you're like, oh, maybe you're just not, like, no, it's... So that's why you can't just go in and be like, ooh, let me play with the filter gallery and then I could get the perfect sketch. Because that's not how it works. Shoot, did I just mess up my image on accident? I think I did. Give me a second. That's an easy fix. Watch this, guys. Perfect. I fixed it. There we go. Perfect. So that's our finished product. And this is the easiest way I've found. Because as I showed you, the filter gallery filters don't really work. Well, no, they work. They just don't work like for the effect that we want. So you just gotta play around with it, you know. Hey, and I think that looks pretty good. But that's my opinion. And one thing you can also do, which is just a finishing touch, is you can go into, sorry, I have to figure out what layer this would be on. Give me a second. Don't think it would be on this layer. It could be on this layer. Let me see. We're gonna go to filter. Filter gallery. If it'll ever load. Yeah, no, wrong layer. Okay, so if we were to flatten the image, see, it turns it into one image now. So this is a completely flat image. Then if we were to go to filter gallery. Okay, and we would go to the texturizer setting. And there's a bunch of textures in here. There's brick, there's burlap, there's canvas. But God, that was not words. What we want is sandstone. Now, it's not exact paper texture, and yes, I know you can download one, but I don't think we really have to because it works enough, for me at least. So you can play with how large the texture is. You can play with how intense it is. That's what relief is. So maybe I want to... And then you can change how the light works. And then you can invert it if you wanted. And, you know, I think that just adds the extra sketch. Like, I think it makes it look more sketched because, like, it's paper, you know? But yeah, that was my tutorial. I know it was a little chaotic, but that's kind of how I roll. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other tutorials on my channel. It would really help me out, and have a great day.